Gem. Marbo, the rock movie. Get ready for Marbo, enthused the smooth voice on the radio. Then the much-played jingle started with the chorus of chanting girls and slick disco rhythm. He's M, macho, A, amazing, R, ruthless, B, brilliant, O, outlandish. He's M-A-R-B-O, Marbo! Gem turned the radio off. I'm up to here with Marbo, she exclaimed, putting a hand onto her broad-rimmed pink hat. If I hear his name once again this morning, I shall scream. But that's the idea, grinned Kimber. He's supposed to have all the girls screaming for him. Well, who can he be, asked Shayna, who was at the wheel of the rocking roadster. And what will his rock movie be like? That was the very question that everyone was asking. For the past month, it had been impossible to avoid the name of Marbo. It turned up in the papers and magazines, on TV screens, radio sets, and advertisement hoardings. There were Marbo videos, badges, posters, and even cans of soup bearing the name. Everyone knew that Marbo was a new superstar tough guy singer, and that he was making the ultimate rock movie, but no one knew very much else about him. News film and video clips caught only glimpses of the mystery man. A handsome, smiling eye, a rugged, defiant chin, a strong, silent silhouette waving towards a camera. Chat show hosts had talked to top writers who were composing Marbo songs. Designers were producing Marbo clothes, and novelists were hard at work on Marbo novels. But Marbo himself remained a mystery. Shayna pulled the rocking roadster around a corner into the vast car park of the city's grandest hotel. Wealthy lawyer Hiram Rockwell had asked to see the girls in his executive office, and no one argued with Hiram Rockwell. Hey, look, said Jim, pointing to a crowd of excited youngsters who were waving and cheering from the street. The news that we were coming here seems to have traveled fast. You know, girls, said Aja, peering out of a window and looking up to the sky, I've got an idea those kids aren't here just to see us. All the girls looked up to see a trail of colored smoke, which low-flying jets had blazed across the skyline to leave the words, Marbo's here. A smart, handsome young man appeared from the hotel. He said, Hiram Rockwell sends his compliments to you ladies. He's ready to see you and discuss the possibility of your appearing in Marbo, the rock movie. I warned you, girls, murmured Jim, and she let out a long, loud scream. I want your answer in 5 minutes, snorted Hiram Rockwell. It's a great offer. Take it or leave it. In the corner of the luxury apartment, Jim and the holograms were clustered together in animated discussion. Rockwell had told them that he had formed the company which was promoting the new rock movie, and he had offered contracts for the girls to appear in it. Come on, Jim, pleaded Shayna. Let's go for it. Not so fast, said Jim. I don't like the way he's pushing us. He won't give us time to consult Rio, and he insists that this Marbo guy takes top billing over us. It's a one-off chance, pointed out Aja. The film is getting so much publicity that it's got to be good news for Jem and the holograms. Besides, added Kimber with a smile, we'll get a great chance to meet the mysterious Marbo, won't we? Why haven't we met him here? Said Jem thoughtfully. She turned to the bulky, hard-faced lawyer and said, We would like to meet Marbo before we decide. Rockwell laughed. Ha ha! You want to meet Marbo? My dear young lady, the whole country wants to meet him. It's because no one has seen him that people are excited to see him. Even you cannot meet him yet. He turned his back on the girls and picked up a telephone. I'll tell him that you aren't interested, he said. No, wait, cried Shayna. We'd love to do the movie, smiled Kimber. Aja nodded agreement, but Jem said nothing. Within minutes, it had been arranged that Jem and the holograms would fly out that evening in Rockwell's private jet. Filming was to start at once. On her way out of the hotel, Jem heard a receptionist saying into a telephone, Marbo is ready for a waitress to take his tray up. This is my chance, thought Jem. she suddenly decided that it was time to become a waitress. A touch on her earrings was all it needed for Jem to make contact with Synergy, the amazing computer. In an instant, the gorgeous pop star in the brilliant blue and pink outfit had been changed into pretty blonde Jerrica Benton. Synergy had produced a plain black waitress outfit for Jerrica to wear and a tray of food for her to carry. "In here, miss," said a burly guard, directing her through a narrow passageway. "Put the food on the table, then leave it once along the fire exit." Jerrica found herself in a splendid room full of tasteful modern furniture. She rubbed her hand on one of her earrings and murmured, "Okay, Synergy, I think Jem can meet Marbo." Straight away, Jerrica changed back into Jem. This time the pop star was wearing a stunning two-piece red trouser suit. Even Jem felt a thrill of excitement at the prospect of meeting the secretive person who was being cast as the new superstar of the entertainment world. Jem heard a tuneless whistling coming from one of the connecting rooms. Here goes, she thought, as she pushed the door open. Before her, on the sofa, was a small, thin man wearing baggy trousers and a shapeless sweater. He blinked nervously at Jem through his large glasses, ran a podgy hand through his thinning hair, and smiled a rather simpering, silly smile. He tried to stand up, but clumsily knocked over a coffee table and its contents. "Can I help you?" stammered the man, picking sugar lumps off his jumper and putting them back into the sugar bowl. "My name's Jem. I'm looking for Marbo," said the girl singer. The man puffed out his weedy chest. He leaned his head to one side as if he had a stiff neck and said, in a put-on deep voice, "Look no further, sweetheart. I am Marbo." "You!" laughed Jem in disbelief. To Jem's dismay, the man slumped back on the sofa, buried his head in his hands, and moaned to himself, "Oh, it's no good. It's no good." "Hey, don't get so upset," said the rock star sympathetically as she knelt down beside him. "I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's just that I must see Marbo at once." "You are seeing him, Jem," said the man, trying to force a smile. "As I live and breathe, I, Morris Whymper, am Marbo." It was a tale so unbelievable that it just had to be true. Morris Whymper's father was an eccentric millionaire. His will clearly stated that Morris must become a rock star by the age of 35, or else he would not receive a penny of the family fortune. Morris was now 34, and so time was running out. Hiram Rockerwell had been the family lawyer for years, and he was in charge of the Whymper fortunes. It was his suggestion that a company should be launched to promote an unknown new rock star called Marbo, and that Morris would star in the rock movie of the same name. "Rockerwell decided to hire you, Jem, so that there would be some good music and action in the movie," explained Morris. "And there was so much secrecy that no one would know what you're really like," observed Jem. Morris smiled, pleased that the girl had understood so quickly. "So you're just a name," said Jem disgustedly. "All this hype and promotion, yet everything's phony. See you around, Morris. Jem and the Holograms have just quit this rock movie." Jem turned to leave, but next moment Morris was at her side. With unexpected boldness, he grabbed her hand. "Please listen, Jem. You must understand," pleaded Morris. I don't want to go through with this crazy idea, and I didn't make that stupid will. I don't even want to become a rock star just to get my hands on the family fortune. But the Whymper money has done a lot of good for charity, and I want to continue this work. If I don't inherit everything, then Rockerwell will act as guardian, and he will invest the money as he wants." Morris Whymper paused and smiled sadly at Jem. "Rockerwell is only interested in seeing that money makes more money. He won't want to waste anything on charity work." Slowly, Jem made her way back to the center of the room. "I'd like to help you, Morris," she said. "But isn't Marbo supposed to be well-built and handsome? What will people say when they see you?" "Well, no problem there," said Morris. "I'll wear a face mask and wig, have my clothes padded out with pillows, and I'll wear boots with very high heels on them." A smile lit up his face as he thought of a sudden idea. "Hey, maybe I could wear stilts." "Do you sing, dance, act, or anything like that?" asked Jem desperately. Morris shook his head decisively. "Nope," he returned. "But then the cameras won't be too close up to me, will they?" "They'll have to be in outer space if we want to package this poor sap as a movie idol," groaned Jem to herself. She flicked the switch of a nearby tape recorder, and a Marbo jingle came on. "Let's see you dance," Jem said. Obediently, Morris lurched around, kicking his legs in the air as if he had been stung by a wasp. "How am I doing?" he asked hopefully. Next second, he collided with a lampshade, rolled over the sofa, and ended up nursing a potted rubber plant. "Morris, honey," said Jem gently as she leaned over the sofa to talk to him, "you're absolutely useless." "Who's the nervous little guy who keeps falling over things?" asked Kimber, looking down the aisle of Rockwell's private jet. "Just someone connected with Rockwell, I guess," said Jem, trying to sound casual as she watched Morris drop his plate of food onto the floor. The jet had been in flight for over an hour. Jem had kept her meeting with Marbo a complete secret. She had decided for Morris's sake that she would not back out. Desperately, she hoped that something would happen to prevent the disastrous project going ahead. The voice of the pilot suddenly came over the speaker. "Mr. Rockwell, ladies and gentlemen, I regret to announce that we will be making an unscheduled emergency landing. Although there is a technical fault, there is absolutely no cause for alarm." Everyone except Rockwell sat down calmly and quietly. The overweight lawyer started to panic. "Please, get me off here," he gurgled selfishly. "I'll pay anything to anyone who can get me down safely." "Shut up and sit down," commanded Jem. And rather surprisingly, Rockwell did as he was told. He sat in his seat, chewing his huge gold-ringed fingers. The landing was bumpy, but successful. The passengers cheered as the pilot announced that he hoped to be able to fix the fault very shortly. "I've had enough," moaned Rockwell. "I'm getting out of here this minute." With that, he leapt from his seat, threw open the entrance hatch, and jumped out into the dark night. Next second, there was a wild yell of despair. "The fool!" cried Morris, who had rushed to the hatch. "The pilot's landed very close to a cliff face, and Rockwell has gone stumbling over the edge. Wait here, everyone. I'll go and see if I can find him." Jem was thinking how strange it was that the normally nervous and clumsy Morris should have taken command of the situation in the moment of crisis. "A ledge has broken his fall," said Morris as he returned. "I'm a skilled rock climber, so I'll go over the edge and down to him." He pointed to a couple of stunned crewmen and said, "You guys get organized and get a rope to throw down to me." "Hang on, Morris," called Jem. "I'll climb down the rope to the ledge and give you a hand to tie up Rockwell." "You sure you want to come?" asked Morris. "Oh, yes," smiled Jem mischievously. "It's time to have a friendly chat to Hiram Rockwell." It was cold and windswept on the dark ledge of the cliff, but Jem had no difficulty scrambling down the rope after Morris had secured it for her. Rockwell was groaning to himself. "He's not really hurt," whispered Morris to Jem. "He just feels sorry for himself. He's scared of heights." "Mr. Rockwell," began Jem, speaking slowly and laying great stress on her words. "Morris has been the real star of this rescue, hasn't he?" Yes, please get me to safety." "And he was the one who climbed down the rocks, wasn't he?" persisted Jem artfully. Yes, but please." "In fact, I would have said that Morris had become an important rock star, wouldn't you?" said Jem. She held her breath before the lawyer replied. Yes, I agree that Morris is an important rock star. Now, please." "Right," said Jem triumphantly. "Now listen good, Mr. Rockwell. You said that Morris is a rock star. Now you can see that he gets all the family fortune because he's carried out all the terms of his father's will. Agreed?" Yes, I agree. Please get me away from here." Morris lifted up the lawyer and prepared for him to be hauled back up the cliff. "Take it away, Marbo," grinned Jem. "I still don't get it," puzzled Kimber. "Rockwell suddenly decides not to go ahead with the Marbo movie and instead gives us enough cash to make our own rock film. What gives?" "Who cares?" said Jem lazily from the comfort of her chair on the sun-drenched beach. "Let's just make the most of this paradise island while we're here. Rockwell sure picked a great place to shoot the film." Morris appeared carrying a tray of refreshments. He was staying on for a few days before starting the hard work of seeing that his family fortune was well spent on deserving charities. "Cool drinks coming up, girls," began Morris, before he clumsily tripped over Age's outstretched foot and sent the tray flying. "Morris, honey," said Jem good-naturedly, as she wiped fruit juice off her back, "you really are hopeless."